Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you all are well. Today's recipe is a dessert. It's called Daal Halwa. Daal in English means lentils, and it's a special halwa which is prepared with lentils. There are other ingredients which goes in as well, but primarily it's lentils. If you go to any Halwai is a person who makes these sweet desserts and has a shop. That person is called Halwai in Lahore. If you go to any Halwai, they would all have Daal ka halwa because it's very popular. It's very tasty as well. It's one of my favorites, and today I'll show you how it's made. So let's get started with the ingredients. Okay, so the ingredients for today's Daal Halwa. 1 cup of Chana dal, which is Chana lentils. These has been soaked overnight to make them nice and soft. They have swollen a little. They will be still needing a boil, but they have been soaked overnight. About 2 cups of milk, which is full fat milk. 1 cup of sugar, which is to your taste, and 1 cup of Desi Ghee. We have quite a few green cardamoms. About 8 to 10 will be taking the seeds out and making the powder by crushing them, and 2 to 3 would be going in the process as whole. I have about 3 to 4 tablespoons of almonds, which will half crush and use in the cooking. Okay, I've started to boil this milk in this pan. It's 2 cups of milk which is on heat, and what I'm going to do is, it's on medium to high heat. I want to bring it to boil, and then I'll turn the heat setting to low to medium, more low I would say. So I'm going to add all these lentils to this milk and bring the whole thing to boil. So the lentils in, and I'm going to bring it to boil and then turn the heat setting to low, and that's when we'll start the cooking process. I'll put the lid on once it starts to boil with low setting, and probably between 30 to 45 minutes. I'll share with you exactly how much time it took. The idea is to make these lentils go very soft, and the milk to reduce. So that's when we stop the cooking process. So we'll get back to you in a bit. I've been giving it a continuous stir as it's on medium to high heat, and if you can see, it has come to a boil, and now is the time when I'll switch the heat setting to low and cover it with the lid for initially for I would say 30 minutes, and in 30 minutes I'll see how it's doing. If it needs more cooking time, I'll cook more, and in the end I'll share with you exactly how much time it took. In the meantime, I've also prepared cardamom powder. It's 10 cardamom pods which have been crushed to get this much powder, and I've half crushed 3 tablespoons of almonds as well, which will be going in the process later. So we'll get back to you in about 30 minutes. So the lid will go on the pan now. Okay, it's been cooking exactly for 40 minutes, and while it was cooking, I did give it a stir every 7 to 10 minutes. The milk has almost reduced, and let's see if the lentils are soft. So they've become very soft. So we'll move to the next step now, which is to blend all this in a blender. Okay, so I managed to get everything in this jug just to blend it. I hope I'm able to blend. It's quite full, and what I have to hand is some extra milk in case if I need it for the blending process if it gets really dry. So I'll try and see if I can blend all these lentils now. Okay, all those cooked lentils along with little milk have been blended, and it's here. It did get a little messy, so that's the reason we did not share it with you. But what I did was I did add 4 tablespoons of milk to it to help the blending process, because it was very dry despite of some milk in there. I divided it in 2 sections and did it that way, but now we have the blended lentils. So I have on heat now a pan, and I'm going to add 1 cup of Desi ghee to it, along with 3 whole cardamoms that we have. So 3 cardamoms going in here. So at this stage, different halwais. Halwai again is a person who is an expert in making these halwas and those mithais, which are sweet desserts in Asia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh as well. Some halwais like adding cloves and cinnamon stick as well at this stage. Personally, I love the aroma which comes from cardamom, so that's the reason I'm using only cardamom pods at this stage to give that aroma. And even during the process, once I add lentils to this desi ghee, I would be adding cardamom powder only. Another thing which I would skip is because of personal preference, copra or dried shredded coconut is added by most halwais once after the lentils are added, but personally I don't like the taste of copra in it or in most dishes, so I would skip that as well, and instead I'll be adding lots of almonds to give it the richness that is to my taste. And try it, I think you'll like it as well. So the first step now, lentils going in this pan which is on medium heat. It's hot now, so the heat setting is low to medium. It's all coming together nicely. It's been 2 minutes and I've just been stirring, folding it in with desi ghee just to see if I have enough desi ghee in there for all these lentils. So what I'll do at the same time is there is another pan which is on heat here, so I'll just these half crushed almonds, I'm just going to roast them so that they can later go in the process as well. So just dry roasting, no oil in there. I've been frying and stirring continuously this halwa for about 20-25 minutes now. The consistency, if you want to see, if it's not like this, you need to add more desi ghee. So what has happened in 25 minutes now is that it has fried well, and desi ghee has started to leave or started to get separated, which you can see around here. So this means that it's fried nicely and we can move to the next step, which is to add the crushed cardamom powder. So I'm going to add all of this in, and I'll add sugar as well. Sugar is to your taste, so you can add however much you would like to add, and try halwa and see if it's enough. Otherwise you can always add more. So it's about 3/4 of a cup that I've added at the moment, and I'll try if I need to add more, and I'll add more if it's required. For now, I'm going to gently fold it in and mix it well. So after adding sugar, I have folded that in nicely in 5 minutes, and that's all mixed in well. And if you can see, the oil has started to separate again. So I'm glad the halwa is finally ready, and I can top it up with some roasted almonds, which I have to hand here. So I'll just do a traditional Halwai technique, which is to create these lines in a halwa. By the way, I did try after adding 3/4 cup of sugar, and to my taste 3/4 cup of sugar was perfectly fine, so I did not add the whole cup of sugar. I did add 1 cup of ghee though, because that I think is lots of it gets absorbed, and it's a requirement to add lots of Desi ghee. And sugar you can adjust according to your taste. But this halwa is ready now. It looks very nice, and I'm really tempted. It's been a while that I've eaten this halwa. The last time I had it was in Pakistan, probably 15 years back. So I've been craving this halwa, and I wanted to make it. One more thing which I would like to add for this video especially is that lots of things might not be for everyone. Like my mother, she's diabetic, so she probably would not want to have this halwa. The idea is the reason for us to share all the traditional ways of cooking, whether it's desserts, whether it's food, is to make you aware that these skills, they were really important. And my grandfather, he's 96. He has lived on Desi ghee and all these things all his life. So I personally believe that we all should listen to our bodies, and our bodies tells us exactly what it needs. And personally, I don't think too much about what I'm consuming. Having said that, I try to consume everything which is prepared fresh at home. If it's fresh ingredients, you're following a good process of cooking, I think most of your items are healthy items in my opinion. But like I said, you can adjust these recipes to whatever your requirement and taste buds need. So this halwa looks really tempting to me. At least Faye has already prepared a nice cup of tea, so we'll go straight to the tasting now. Okay, our tea is ready. So this, by the way, is a dessert which is to be eaten on its own and can be enjoyed with tea. So you can see it looks very nice. It smells amazing, and I haven't tasted it yet, except when I tasted the sugar, which is not the same. So we're going to give it a go. It's quite heavy, the copper pan, so I'm just going to have it down and we'll do the tasting. Come on. Have a nut as well.
Oh, there you are.
What do you think?
It's good.
You have never tasted it?
I've never had this before. It's not too sweet. I like the amount of sugar you added.
It's, for us, it's perfect sweetness. And it is wonderful, this halwa. And it's not very common. You might not find Daal Halwa anywhere in England. It is available at Halwai shops, mithai shops in Pakistan, in Lahore, at most places. But if you're living here, it is a delicacy, I would say. It is hard work preparing it, especially when you're frying it for good 20-25 minutes, half an hour after it's been cooked. You need strong arms for that. But in the end, I think it was worth the effort, and I just love this. Last, if you remember, a week or so back, we prepared suji halwa, and next I would say 3-4 days, that was the only dessert I would have every time with a cup of tea, and we consumed it all. And same was with naan khatais. So I think it's if you like desserts, if you like halwas, I would suggest you to give this recipe a try, and I think you would really like it. Especially the taste that you get with roasted almonds is very, very nice.
It's really smooth, warming, and really comforting and perfect with tea. For someone who's never actually tried this before, this is really, really nice. And the little nuts and stuff just give it a little bit of texture when you sort of have something to bite into it. Personally, I really, really like this. Yeah. It's really nice.
That's good. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be doing more desserts and more tea recipes soon. One recipe which is a speciality, it's a tea recipe. It's a Kashmiri pink tea, which is a delicacy, and after partition, my family moved to Lahore. They moved from Patti, which is in Punjab, which now is in India, and my great grandfather moved to Lahore along with his family, and all these years we lived in the same house for 70 years, couple of generations, and our neighbors throughout this time, that family was Kashmiri family, and they had all the delicacies of Kashmiri food and tea being prepared there. So my family, I think over the years we were very close. I mean, we would be in each other's houses, and food was shared, and it was very nice. So I think over the years, what my grandmother would prepare, they started preparing that as well, and some of their dishes we started adapting as well. So one of the dishes, one of the teas which I would love to do is Kashmiri pink tea, and that's the only recipe in my house that my dad would ever make. Otherwise he has not made anything in his life in terms of cooking. So I'll get in touch with him and I'll get the recipe from him. I know a couple of ways to make it, but I think it'll be nice. What I always like sharing is the authentic traditional recipe and way that everything is prepared by. Another delicacy from the same house, which I think is again very delicious, it's called kotwi dal, which is similar to halim but not exactly like halim, and that's one dish which is served on their weddings along with white rice. So it's white rice and kotwi dal. I did remember as a child attending a couple of their weddings, and I remember this was always served, kotwi dal with white rice. And my mother, she makes it really well as well. My grandma, she used to make it very nicely, and it has become a sort of a regular recipe and food in my house as well. So I'll be sharing that with you very soon. So stay tuned and keep watching. For those who have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel. And it's a goodbye from us for today. So we'll be with you again tomorrow.
Take care. Bye bye.